Hello, and thank you for joining me tonight. My name is Preston, and this is the special edition on Faith Over Fears News. Before we start our special edition tonight, I would like to bring you to a new research study that found antibodies to the new coronavirus may only last 2 to 3 months, especially in people who never showed symptoms. And this basically means if you had the virus and were asymptomatic, there is now evidence you will not gain herd immunity. There is also now evidence that we may not ever achieve herd immunity. So I would encourage you all to stay safe, stay educated, and to stay indoors. And now I take you over to tonight's story, where we bring you to June 20th, the night of Trump's first MAGA rally in months. What happened? Well, let's start out before the rally. Members of the Trump campaign, including the press secretary and Trump's campaign manager, boasted the numbers of tickets that had been requested. And they said over 1 million tickets and never an empty seat in Oklahoma. People are ready to get back to normal. And don't take those statements from me. Take them from Trump's well-known campaign manager, Brad Parscale.
And I have a great feeling that we're going to see 100,000 MAGA supporters down there just wanting to see this country reopen.
Okay, so
You can also take it from the president himself.
Great job the governor and everybody else has done in Oklahoma. And we expect to have, it's like a record-setting crowd. We've never had an empty seat, and we certainly won't in Oklahoma. Mike, you want to talk about?
All quotes by either the Trump administration or President Trump himself after 1 million tickets requests in an arena with 19,000 person capacity in a state Donald Trump won in 2016 by a full 37 points. Donald Trump was only able to get 6,200 people in this area. 6,200 people, confirmed by Andrew Little, the public information officer for the Tulsa Fire Department. And as Nancy Pelosi said, that could have been a Zoom meeting. Although getting people to attend the rally was a failure in and of itself, the rally was by far more of a catastrophe than anyone would have ever thought. Most notably, Donald Trump said his rally, "Here's the bad part. When you do the testing to that extent, you're going to find more people. You're going to find more cases. So I said to my people, slow the testing down, please." Slow the testing down? Now, for me, that doesn't really make sense. If we slowed cancer testing down, would there be less cancer? If we slowed dental appointments, no one would have cavities anymore, right? Well, apparently Trump administration, our federal government, the federal government that is supposed to protect all the people of the United States of America, as Americans, is telling health departments to slow the testing down, testing that could be used to save lives. In the midst of a global pandemic, slowing down testing is not only inhumane, but one thing you'd expect out of this administration, knowing that the president has said repeatedly if we didn't test, we wouldn't have cases. But would you expect the same administrations to switch stories? Well, that's exactly what White House's Peter Navarro did in an interview live on TV. Peter Navarro claimed Trump was joking and having just a tongue-in-the-cheek moment. Peter Navarro claimed it was a light moment. Well, Mr. Navarro, may I have the permission to ask you what's the light about 120,000 Americans dying of a worldwide pandemic? Can I ask you what's the tongue in the cheek about nearly 500,000 people dying of this pandemic worldwide in roughly 6 months? Can I ask you why you're joking about a worldwide pandemic that is ravaging the southern United States, with Florida now seeing over 4,000 new cases a day? Another joke that Trump made about the coronavirus was about the name of the coronavirus. Trump referred to this virus as Kung Flu. In March, the press secretary, Kellyanne Conway, called out a reporter for asking a question on if members of the White House had been using the term Kung Flu. The press secretary said it was offensive and said, "You can't just say that and not name the source." It appears this reporter was correct. Trump and Pence also started, quote, "We will always put the health of America first." It's worth nothing attendees literally had to sign a waiver stipulating they wouldn't hold the Trump campaign responsible if they contracted the coronavirus at Trump's rally. Donald Trump also did segments where he proved that he could walk down a ramp and a segment where he showed that he could drink water. All of this promoted this advertisement from the Lincoln Project, a group of Republicans behind RVAT, or the Republican Voters Against Trump, and a new campaign against Trumpism.
Hey, Donald, your campaign manager told you 1 million fans wanted to come to your first big rally. Turnout in Tulsa? A dud. You've probably heard this before, but it was smaller than we expected. It sure wasn't as big as you promised. Honestly, we're not surprised. We've seen that you're shaky. Can't keep your polls up. And it's getting worse. You talk a big game.
The event in Oklahoma is unbelievable. The crowds are unbelievable. They haven't seen anything like it.
And can't deliver. Sad, weak, low energy. Just like your presidency. Just like you. The Lincoln Project is responsible for the content of this advertising.
So tonight, the Lincoln Project gets tonight's last word. So thank you guys for all watching, and as always, join us on Monday, Wednesday, and Friday to stay up to date. And lastly, stay safe, stay healthy, and God bless.